Let's just go to the US now, and the US midterm elections are only 3 weeks away today, actually, and in a repeat of the 2020 presidential election, Nevada looks to be shaking up as one of the key battleground states. I want to bring in Annelise Nielsen, our Washington correspondent, who finds herself on the streets of Las Vegas. Great to talk to you, Annelise. Democrat country, usually considered Nevada, isn't it? But the Republicans are looking to make a strong showing.
Well, look, it's always a tightly run race in Nevada, but this time the Republicans are gaining momentum ahead of the Democrats, and it looks like it might just go the other way. But one of the reasons that Nevada is so interesting is because not only could this be the state where Republicans pick up the senator and get back control of the Senate and make it pretty much impossible for Joe Biden and his administration to get anything done on Capitol Hill, there's a number of races happening down the ballot that are going to be really important. Things like the Secretary of State, they're going to be responsible for certifying the 2024 presidential election result. That is happening in a few weeks. And this is still a contested issue in so many minds in America. There's still discussions about election integrity. And so this is why Nevada is shaping up to be one of the most interesting states this time around.
Yeah, as you say, that Senate race just so important because it could really frustrate the Biden administration. I noticed the latest polling coming out of the US, those running a presidential poll, Biden versus Trump. You know, we've had that contest once before, and it's certainly not up for decision in these midterm elections. But it is interesting nonetheless, given the polarisation around those two men, even during the midterm campaigns, that Donald Trump is ahead of Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah, look, I mean, there's still devoted Donald Trump followers here in Arizona, and I do tend to ask people when I'm out and about, who would you like to see run for president again? And while Biden is becoming increasingly unpopular among the general public, a lot of it to do with inflation. Nevada has one of the worst inflation records in the country at the moment, where you do have those diehard Trump supporters who are going to cling on. But I think that conversation's not going to reset until after midterms. No one's sticking their hand up, their head out of the parapet to say, I want to run, because they want to see how these votes land. And this is where Nevada becomes particularly interesting. It's a small state, 3 million people here, and so it is quite sensitive to any of those social changes. One of the indicators we're going to be watching here is the Hispanic vote. So exit polling at the last election had 61% of Hispanic people living in Nevada voting for Joe Biden, and he only won the state by a margin of 2%. If his support collapses among that population, as Republicans say it is, he could lose the state on that basis. They're the ones who are really hard hit by all the shutdowns during the pandemic, and they haven't had that recovery in the service sector, where it is disproportionately represented by Hispanic Americans. So this is where we're going to watch all of those little indicators and how they play out, because it is going to matter for the big decisions down the track.
Yeah, great stuff, Annelise, that Hispanic vote. We'll hear more about that later in the program. Some interesting trends emerging there. So thanks for that update. A beautiful shot you've given us too of Las Vegas late at night. Thanks for your time, Annelise.
Thank you.